My peeps, it's 2025, and one man just created $50 billion. I said billion overnight without lifting a damn finger. Meanwhile, we are all out here making grocery lists like, okay, if I buy the eggs, will I still have money left from a car payment? You see, most folks will spend the next 4 years arguing over who's running the country, which this is exactly what I did in December and honestly in January. While I was sitting at home getting pissed off and staying pissed over every headline, every change, my bank account was not changing as a result of me worrying and being pissed off in my home. You see, I believe, my peeps, we're playing the wrong game. Welcome to Be You, the podcast that helps you break free from expectations, embrace your true self, and live confidently as the real you. Yo, what's up, my peeps? Happy Podcast Thursday. You see, the reason why I believe that we're all playing the wrong game, my people, we're playing the wrong game, is because most of us are still following a script that was written 3 or 4 generations ago, that our parents did, our ancestors did, back when people could actually afford a house on one income, when pensions were still a thing, when job security actually meant something. We were told to get an education, get a job. You stay in that job for 30 or 40 years, and then you can retire with a pension. Well, that's what we're told to do. When you retire with that pension, then you can start living. My peeps, that world doesn't exist anymore, and we all know it. Meanwhile, we're doing those things, and the wealthy, they don't follow those damn rules. They find ways to take advantage of opportunities to make their money grow, while the rest of us were taught to just work hard and hope things will work out. And in this episode, I want to speak what I really feel. I want to speak truth because I believe the system, honestly, is rigged for those who already have money and power. Billionaires, they love instability because every crisis is like a damn clearance sale for them. While we're over here losing our minds about, people are the cost of eggs has gone up to $8. They're out there buying yachts, private jets, islands, sports teams, more Bitcoin and crypto, you name it. You see, the difference is they don't wait for permission. They don't sit around hoping things get better either. They take what they want. And the real question for us is, if they can do it, why the hell can't we? Because 4 years will pass no matter what. And so we can either spend time panicking, again, which I have done, about cabinet picks. We can spend our time waiting on the economy to get better, or we can spend this time positioning ourselves to make moves just like the other ones, like the wealthy, the rich, who never seem to lose. Because in 2025, we can turn uncertainty into opportunity for us, just like they do. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, a lot of people were scared. They were pulling their money out of the market, hoarding things and going, I don't know what's happening. I can't do this. I can't buy this. I can't. While the wealthy investors, well, they were buying up stocks. They were buying up real estate at clearance, bargain, rock bottom prices. And then when the economy bounced back, they all made a damn fortune. And same thing in 2020 during the COVIDs. While many businesses shut down, people who adapted found new ways to make money. Some people started online business. I was one of those people. Some people invested more in the stocks when the prices dropped. Some people jumped into industries that really thrive, like, home fitness, remote work jobs, which of course they're trying to take away right now. You see, the lesson is, while most people freeze when things get uncertain and we sit around and wait, those that actually stay calm and think ahead and take action, they end up winning big. So the purpose of this episode is, I want us all to start paying closer attention to how they're playing the game. What are they doing to get ahead? So if we take some time and sit back and put our personal feelings aside and go, how can I shift my perspective that these next 4 years, how can I find a way that I can, make my pockets deeper as well? How can these things help me to increase my level of certainty, increase my level of security? So here are ways that they are doing it. 47's crypto move, $50 billion overnight, y'all. He slapped his name on some cryptocurrency and boom, instant, like not millionaire, billionaire. He didn't even invent anything. He didn't do any work. He didn't change the world. He just cashed in on his persuasion and influence in the world. And you know what? He's not alone. Look at Zuckerberg, Bezos, Tim Cook, our favorite space explorer who wants us all to live on Mars when we're barely living on Earth. They're all making their next billion-dollar moves while the rest of us, we're refreshing our apps for gas prices like that's the stock market. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking at these people like, how dare they, while we stay over here and do such and such. I'm not saying that I want to even be like them. All I'm saying is, how can we shift our perspective and how can we get a piece of that pie as well? The lesson here is the rich, the wealthy, the powerful, they don't let chaos and uncertainty stop them. They may stop and pause for a moment, but they rebound, they pivot, and they go, how can I use this for me? How can we make money from this situation? How can we cash in on this? So what's the opportunity here? Instead of waiting for security and stability, instead of waiting for things to get better, let's create it for ourselves. Instead of freaking out, let us start buying up some real estate. Let us start launching some business. Let us start writing our own damn rules, just like they write all the rules. Because you see, wealthy people do not fear uncertainty. They use it as an advantage and then prepare for it. I ask myself this question. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Am I going to keep playing it safe on the sidelines like I've done most of my life? Because I don't want to turn people off or run people off from my podcast, from social media, from, my ecosystem? Or am I going to boldly stand for something and go after it? Maybe it's time for you to ask yourself that same question. Because I believe power isn't given. Power is taken. People take that shit. And if we want control and certainty and safety over our future, it's time for us to stop playing around and start playing like those who never seem to lose, those who go out and get their piece of the pie. I remember when I first started teaching, I probably was doing it even before I started teaching, but I remember I just would take action on things. Instead of asking for permission, I would ask for forgiveness. I would go out and do that thing. And I wouldn't sit there and go, well, what if this happens? Well, what if that happens? Like I have a tendency to do as I'm older. But there's something also about being over 50 now. Some of that shit goes by the wayside. I'm done asking for permission. It's time to play the game like they do, not like most of us were told to, not like the way that we grew up believing. Work hard, and if you just work hard, you'll succeed. If you play it safe, then you won't feel. Lies. Those are all lies. So how do we do the same? We stop playing by those outdated rules that were created generations ago. You see, the real game looks like this. Instead of just working hard and banking on the idea that success will come, we have to take risks now and position ourselves to win. Instead of waiting and waiting for the right time, that someday the right time is when we decide the right time is. Instead of following a traditional career path, a job is no longer security. You're the security. I'm the security. We're the security individually. In this moment, think about kids. Kids, when they are born and they start growing up, they start off life fearless. They don't ask for permission to be themselves. They dance when they feel like it. They sing when they feel like it. They ask a million questions. They believe they can be astronauts, superheroes, whatever they dream up. They don't wait. They just do. Meanwhile, we begin to silence ourselves and squash all of those dreams that we have, because as we get older, those things aren't realistic. Let's be practical, because as we grow up, we're taught to sit down, follow the rules, raise your hand, and wait to be called on. We're told not to draw too much attention to yourself. Don't rock the boat. You see, over time, that fearless confidence that I believe we were born with gets replaced with doubt, with hesitation. We second guess ourselves, and it gets replaced with always needing to ask for permission and approval. And that's why being you is your biggest flex, your advantage, your strength, because embracing who you really are without fear or hesitation is our greatest power. Instead of trying to fit into someone else's expectations, we can own our own truth. We can move and step forward boldly, which will make us unstoppable, my peeps. My final thought for today is Most people will spend the next 4 years waiting for the economy to get better, waiting for the right time to show up. While the ones who get richer, they'll use these 4 years to build, to pivot, and position themselves for success and more money, no matter what happens. So the real question that I have for you today, for us today, how do we start taking advantage of the opportunities that will put more money in our pocket? How do we build real security, real confidence, and a future that doesn't depend on luck in a system that doesn't give a damn about the disadvantaged, the marginalized, the overworked, and the ones who follow the rules and did everything right and are still getting left behind? You see, I believe it starts with the decisions that you make today. The biggest game changer is shifting how you think. Because once you change your mindset, you change your opportunities, you change your decisions, and ultimately your entire life. You see, I can help you with that. I am great at that now. My coaching isn't for everyone, but if you're serious about shifting your mind and your perspective and viewing things differently, because it starts with mindset, my peeps, let's make this time work for us. Let's make this time work for you. Because again, the next 4 years will pass no matter what. The only question is, where will you be? Where will I be? Where will we be? Will we be better off because we took advantage of the uncertainty and the chaos? Or will we be in the same place that we are today? The choice is ours. How do we take advantage of those opportunities just like they do? How do we build our own security and certainty? How do we get a piece of that big ass pie? So what moves? What changes? What decisions can you, can I, can we make? Let's take control of our future. My peeps, if you're serious about playing the game on your terms, stepping out there boldly, building unshakable confidence so that you can take that bold action you've been holding yourself back from, I'm here to help and can make it happen. My peeps, it's time for us to stand up for what we believe in. It's time for us to not continue to silence ourselves, not continue to be on the sideline. It's time for us to go get ours as well. All right, my peeps. That's all I have for you today. We'll talk next week.